welcome to today's video. We are coming from a different setting today. I'm in my car, and in case you're wondering, my phone is balancing on a shoebox and a small binder. Today I thought I would come here and have what I'm going to start calling Monicar chats. How cute is that? Okay, so I'm cheesy, we all know that. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about relationships. I figured this would be appropriate since I am getting married in about 2 months, give or take some days, and I wanted to come and talk to you about like mistakes that I've made in past relationships, like what kind of guy I was dating as compared to the kind of guy Thomas is, and why he's a better fit than the other people were in the past, and then also maybe giving you, because I'm obviously such a pro, some tips about like maybe recognizing when you're in a bad relationship, and then like what to look for in a guy based on your personality, if that makes sense. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. Hopefully not too long, because I don't have my car on because I have to go get gas, so I don't want to waste it just sitting in my car. I'm actually sitting outside Target right now because I was going to look for some new makeup products for an upcoming video, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, as long as everything gets mailed to me on time and everything. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So, I am 23, in case some of you didn't know that. I just turned 23 in November, and before my current relationship, I had 3 relationships. And I am probably what you would call a serial monogamous person. Like, I never have casual flings, I never wanted to, it wasn't a thing that I felt would fulfill my needs. I'm not discouraging from other people doing that, like, you do you, whatever floats your boat. If you can do that, that's fine. I'm an overthinker, and I analyze everything. Yeah, that's just not a good combination, casual, overthinker, like, where is this going? And then, like, if it's casual, you know, it's not necessarily guaranteed to go anywhere. So, my first relationship, I was a junior in high school. I was apparently a late bloomer. I was in the band, so, like, not a lot of people, like, noticed me. I actually was dating a football player, and my main problem in relationships has been how much I invest myself. I put way too much of myself into relationships, even if the other person doesn't. That's often what has been, like, the problem. And so, I mean, there have been multiple problems. But, like, for me, I put a whole lot of extra work. Like, I buy people gifts, I make people things, I like to leave little notes, and I would put so much in, and then a lot of times, like, I wouldn't get a whole lot back. And it wasn't like I was clingy or anything like that. I just wanted the person to know that I was there for them, that I was thinking of them. I do like to show affection. That is the kind of person I am. I don't just do it for, like, people I've dated, but I do it for friends. Like, anytime I see something for one of my friends, if I can afford it, like, within reason, I will get it for them. If it's for birthday, random reason, Christmas, whatever, like, anything. It just makes me happy to make other people happy. I overinvested myself in past relationships. I, once again, didn't believe in dating more than one person at once. So, like, the first guy I dated, we were only in high school. Like, I don't have any hatred towards him. But he wanted to date me after 11 months of dating, and then also date other people. Like, he didn't just want to date me, which, by the way, that's a problem. It really is. But aside from that, I let myself get my feelings hurt a lot. Because, like, I was like, what do you mean? Like, I've always shown you that you're the only person that I want to show my attention to, and now you're saying you want to basically, like, be with other people while also being with me. Like, that's having your cake and eating it too. He and I did not work out, obviously. And then the second guy I dated, he was really sweet. He was a really good boyfriend. Like, he would have been a really good first boyfriend, because he was just, like, sweet and giving, thoughtful, pretty much what girls want. He just wasn't interested in a long-term relationship in the end. Like, we dated for about a year, and he was like, we're just going different places in our lives, and I was like, this is really random. Whatever. Like, he was sweet. I don't know what he's doing now. But he was just, like, a good first boyfriend, if he had been my first boyfriend, but he was my second. My third boyfriend, I dated for 3 years, basically. 2.5 to 3 years. toxic relationship. Like, it started off good, and then we were just, like, so toxic to each other. Like, we weren't purposefully mean, but when we fought, like, we fought really hard, and we weren't, like, the key to a good relationship is communication. We were terrible at that. And also, you're supposed to fight with each other, not fight against each other, and we always fought against each other, not, like, as united front. And so, he and I were just, like, really toxic. I tried to make it work, and then I lost interest, and he was kind of jealous of everything and thought I, like, cheated on him. I didn't cheat on him. We just, I don't know, like, we just grew apart. It was interesting because we knew each other, like, we went to elementary school together, we reconnected, and I thought, oh my gosh, what a cute little storybook ending this will be, and then we ended up not working out. And I could tell pretty much about a year into the relationship, even though things were good, that it was not going to work out. Like, that was something I was always good at, which is not necessarily something you want to be good at, but kind of also a good thing. Like, once I was in a relationship for a certain amount of time, I'd be like, this isn't going to work out for one reason or another. Like, he does this thing that's going to drive me crazy. I do these things that drive him crazy. Like, even, like, little things that, I don't know, like, forgetting to throw trash away. I don't know. That wasn't really a problem, but I'm just giving, like, an example of, like, what it could be. Like, it was small things, and then, like, he was really jealous and, like, kind of possessive. Like, I don't like when people want possession of me. I like kind of running my own life, but also, like, having a partner to do it with. So, yeah, we just didn't work out, and if he sees this video, I have no idea if he even knows that I, like, do YouTube videos, so it'd be really interesting if he watches, or if any of them watch this. I have nothing bad to say about any of them. I do think overall they're really great people, and I hope them the best in their lives and stuff like that. I hope they find love and somebody who loves them for who they are. I really do. I don't have a pattern in the type of guys I date. None of them are alike at all. Like, it is so weird. And what I mean by that is, like, my first boyfriend was a jock, and, like, he worked out and was a little immature. But we were in high school, so it's fine. He's a little immature, a little, like, like I said, he wanted his cake and eat it too. And the second guy was really shy, didn't work out, didn't have any interest in physical activity whatsoever. And so he was a lot more affectionate and attentive than the first guy. The third guy came from a wealthy family, which I have no problem with, but sometimes it got to his head. I feel like, I hope if he watches this, he doesn't get offended. But he was just, I don't know, like, I'm a very aware of money person, which sounds funny since I have a YouTube channel and I have to buy things in order to promote them on my YouTube channel or in order to get content out. But I am, like, really stingy, and I know that sounds bad, really stingy when it comes to spending money. Like, I almost feel guilty if I spend something, like, an amount on something that I don't necessarily think is worth that much money, which is why I return things so much. He didn't understand the concept of the value of a dollar. He just didn't understand that, like, credit cards meant you're basically borrowing money and you have to pay it off. He was a little rude to people he didn't agree with. Like, if he didn't agree with maybe their morals or values, which everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but I don't really think it's necessary to kind of be jerks to them. And he wasn't necessarily a jerk to them, but he would, like, talk bad about them, and I just didn't like that very much. And I haven't seen him in 2 years, so I'm sure he's probably changed, and he's probably a nice guy. He was a nice guy. Like, this doesn't have anything to do with the fact that these people were not nice guys. It just had to do with the fact that my personality clashed with theirs in some sort of way, instead of, like, coming together and being even better together kind of thing. And so I was kind of getting discouraged, and, I met Thomas, and Thomas is 5 years older than me, pretty much. Almost exactly 5 years older than me. I always knew that I needed to be with somebody older. Like, I just kind of got that feeling that even when I talked to, like, older guys, if we were just, like, hanging out, or I was just, like, talking to them, like, casually, face-to-face, or whatever, like, at some sort of event, like, I was able to connect with them more, not in necessarily a romantic way, but it was easier to converse with them, and every woman wants a conversation. I'm looking for a guy I can have a conversation with. We all say that, we all want that, it's true, and I was having a hard time conversing, which sounds so funny, with younger guys, like, or guys that were even my age, because they just did, like, boyish things, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I needed, like, a man's man. I needed a man's man who was self-sufficient, had a job, wanted to accomplish things in his life, and not just sit around and expect people to give it to him, which is how some people are today. No offense. None of this is, I hope I'm not offending anybody. I'm just saying my personal preference is I need a guy who is self-sufficient and wants to further his career and wants to thrive. And I never really found that until I met Thomas. And when I met him, like, our first date, like, I knew that he owned a business at the time. He has a different job now because he didn't like it for very good reasons. But he owned a business at the time. He was self-sufficient. He was money aware. He didn't just spend it just to spend it, pretty much. He was aware of the value of a dollar. His personality didn't clash with mine, and I don't know, we just complement each other really well. Now, I will say that Thomas and I are not the perfect couple. Like, I mean, I think we are, because obviously I'm a part of it, and I love him, and we're getting married, and I want to have babies with him. Not now, but eventually. But we had, like, our ups and downs, and we worked through them like adults. Like, we didn't just get in a big fight and, like, break up. We worked through them like adults. We understood what each of us maybe needed to change. Like, I can be kind of defensive, and he can jump the gun and get, like, a little heated. But we're both working on it. He was one that wasn't big into complimenting, and I told him that he needed to compliment me. That sounds so silly, but we all like to be complimented, and I was like, look, like, I like to look pretty, and I'd like for you to tell me that. And also, he didn't like getting compliments. Like, I'd be like, you're so handsome. He'd be like, you compliment me too much. And now he's like, thanks, baby. And he tells me every day that I'm beautiful, and that he loves me, and that he thinks that I'm a wonderful person. He didn't change who he was. We just changed the dynamic of our relationship and understood each other's strengths and weaknesses and worked off of those, which is why I think we are a successful couple, and why I think we will continue to be a successful couple. And we have, like, observed other people whose relationships didn't necessarily work out, whether it was, like, divorce or just, like, a general breakup. And we kind of, like, we're currently working on not getting upset about, like, little petty things, but, like, just maybe, like, just talking about it like adults, and just fully understanding that it doesn't necessarily matter who's right. Sometimes it doesn't matter who's right. Sometimes it just matters that you talk about it, work through it, and move on. Who cares, Like, in the end, it doesn't always matter who's right. And what's funny is that's been hard for both of us because we're both hard-headed and stubborn. And neither one of us likes to say that, but we are. My parents will lay claim that I am stubborn, and I know his parents will lay claim that he is stubborn. But we are really working on our relationship, and that's what's been so different between my past relationships and the one that I am going to further. And hopefully we'll have kids, maybe in a couple years. I want to get my degree first and stuff. We have a really good dynamic in our relationship, and we just work well together. We complement each other. We've seen the worst parts of each other, and then we've seen the best parts of each other, and we just, instead of nagging each other like, you do this, I hate when you do this, we just try to help each other improve on our weaknesses, and then compliment each other and recognize the other one's strengths. And he is a lot more supportive than anybody I've been with is. Like, I first wanted to start a YouTube channel, 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago. And at the time, I was in my last relationship, and the guy I was with did not like the idea of me being on YouTube. He thought that I was going to spend more time recording videos than I was going to spend with him, and he wasn't supportive. He didn't like the idea. He didn't think I was strong enough to maybe take, like, hate comments or trolls. And the person I'm with now is just very supportive of me, and he doesn't doubt me. And anytime I have doubts about myself, he's there to pick me right up and to tell me I'm great and to tell me that I'm going to do great things in my life. And he even tells me, like, things that he thinks I'll be good at. And he's a very honest person, so when he gives me this encouragement. It means more than somebody who's maybe more like me, like, you can do anything. Like, I'm very encouraging, but he gives it to you like it is, but he does it in a way that's helpful, and then he also tells you, like, how great he thinks you are, at least how great he thinks I am, and how he thinks I can do anything, which is really helpful and supportive, and I am just very grateful for him. And I wanted to give you guys this kind of video because I wanted you, if you guys have been through several toxic relationships or failed relationships, I wanted you guys to know that I found somebody I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, and we all will. We just have to recognize, like, what we need to find in a partner. So, like, if you are more of the pants wearer in the relationship, if you're more of the strong-willed one, maybe you need a guy who's a little bit more laid back, instead of somebody who's just as strong-willed as you are. Or maybe that's who you need. It really just, it's a personal thing, you know, and it's about not, this sounds like a TED Talk, it's about not giving up before you find the right guy, or settling. Don't settle. Just know that you deserve the best, we all do, and you will find him, regardless of if you're 20, 23, 33, whatever. Let me give you a couple of things that I've learned. If you're in a relationship and you know it's not going to work out, don't bother staying. That's another thing I have learned. I stayed in my last relationship a year and a half longer than I should have, pretty much. I knew it wasn't going to work out because I knew there was things that he could not change about himself that I was not going to be able to live with. And I ended up letting it go too far and us having a toxic relationship. And the toxicity was not all my fault. Like, it was also a little bit of his fault. But I did let it go too far. I should have broken it off when I knew it was going to work out. Just recognize what you need in a partner, and don't settle for somebody just because of your age or the fact that you are sure you're never going to find anybody, because you will, and it will be so much more worth it when you find somebody that you can share your life with who actually, like, fulfills your needs. So, yeah, I hope you guys liked this Monicar chat, and I hope you guys liked the name of Monicar chat. And I'm really excited for what's to come in this year. It's a new decade. We gotta get going. I'm super excited for videos coming, life stuff coming, and all of that kind of stuff. I hope you guys will subscribe if you're not already, and maybe leave a comment, leave a like, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload next. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!